If you elect S-corp, payroll software is the operational requirement that comes with the election. There is no version of running an S-corp where you skip this. The W-2 salary triggers a stack of federal and state deposits, quarterly filings, and annual reconciliation that automation handles correctly and manual processes routinely break. The category has 4 common vendors, and the decision between them is 20 minutes of work against the right matrix. This video walks the category at the level you need to pick a vendor and move on. The full evaluation matrix lives in Module 19.5 if you want the scoring detail. You can't just transfer money from business checking to personal and call it salary in an S-corp. That works for a sole prop, the draw mechanic from Unit 11.1. It does not work for an S-corp. The IRS requires a W-2 at year end. The W-2 requires payroll tax withholding throughout the year. Withholding requires deposits on a schedule, and deposits without filings get flagged as orphan deposits. The whole stack interlocks. Skipping any layer creates reconciliation problems that cost more in CPA cleanup time than a year of payroll service would have cost in subscription fees. The payroll service exists to keep the layers consistent. What the software actually handles is a longer list than coaches expect. Federal income tax withholding from your paycheck, employee FICA, Social Security plus Medicare, withheld and deposited, employer FICA match, deposited from the company's account, FUTA, the federal unemployment tax, state income tax withholding in most states, state unemployment insurance called SUTA in most states, quarterly Form 941 filings for the federal payroll tax obligation, annual W-2 issued to you as the employee, annual W-3 transmitted to the Social Security Administration. Running this manually across 48 pay periods a year is error-prone, and the IRS reconciliation problems compound. The solo-S-corp case is the simplest scenario the payroll category handles, and most vendors price it distinctly from multi-employee payroll. One employee, you. Fixed salary set once, adjusted occasionally. Biweekly or monthly cadence picked by you. Direct deposit from business checking to personal checking, automated by the vendor. The variables that differ across vendors are per employee pricing, automatic tax deposit and filing coverage, W-2 and W-3 generation, and integration with the bookkeeping software you've already chosen. Most vendors land within a narrow band on the solo case. The picks separate when you start to add complexity later. Hiring a business manager or full-time VA changes the calculus, and that's a different unit. With multiple employees, you want unemployment insurance handled correctly in every state where you have payroll exposure. You want state disability and workers' comp integration. You want benefits administration, health, retirement, time off, and you want pricing that scales predictably as you add seats. The 4 vendors I'm about to name all handle this, but they score differently on it. Module 12.7 walks the payroll for hiring decision in full. This unit is the solo-S-corp case, where you're the only employee and the criteria are narrower. 4 providers, named at the category level so you can pick on the 2 filters that actually matter. Gusto, market leader for small business payroll, strong user interface, full service deposits and filings, solid for solo-S-corp and the standard recommendation. OnPay, strong alternative especially for states with complex payroll rules, transparent flat per employee pricing, all filings included. QuickBooks Payroll, tight native integration with QuickBooks Online, which removes reconciliation friction if QBO is already your bookkeeping stack. Justworks, PO model where Justworks becomes your employer of record, designed for multi-employee businesses offering benefits, overkill for solo-S-corp. Vendor scores and pricing tiers detailed in Module 19.5. Worked example to show what the selection actually looks like in 20 minutes. S-corp owner, 75,000 salary, biweekly pay cadence, books already kept in QBO. Requirements list, automatic federal and state tax deposits, January W-2 generation, native QBO synchronization for the monthly close. Running those three filters against the matrix in Module 19.5 narrows the field to QuickBooks Payroll, which wins on native QBO integration, and OnPay, which is lower price with strong state coverage. The pick comes down to your specific state's payroll rules and how heavily QBO native you want the stack. 20 minutes with the matrix open. Done. Before you leave this video, take the action that matches where you are in the election. If you've already elected S-corp or have a near-term plan to, open Module 19.5 and run the payroll comparison matrix against two requirements: solo-S-corp simplicity and your state's payroll rules. Pick on auto-filing coverage plus bookkeeping integration. Sign up, configure the salary and cadence, and run a test paycheck before the first real run. If you haven't elected yet, bookmark this unit for the day you file Form 2553. The payroll service decision is the immediate next operational step after the election, and waiting until after the election to think about it stalls the first payroll cycle.